Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 59. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what you're doing with your money and why it's not working. Initially, I was going to talk to you about how to color code your budget. While I think that it is so important and so impactful, I also don't want to teach you if it's not going to be right. And I'm going to teach you better if it's on video, quite frankly, and where I can show you examples and show you what to do. So I don't want to teach you something if I don't feel like it's going to have the biggest impact, and I think that it's going to have the biggest impact on video. So today we're going to talk about what you're doing with your money and why it's not working. I also want you to know that Badass Money School is open today. It is only going to be open for 5 short days, so I want you to take advantage of it. If you want to dive into this, then definitely make sure you sign up. Here's the thing. Today, it is going to be $29. And there's going to be so much value given to you. And this stuff will be explained in video. I don't know about you, but sometimes I have to see this stuff for it to make sense. Like not just hearing it via audio. So I think that it would be helpful for you to do this course. And really, you're going to get so much value. If you've ever struggled with money or felt too stupid to create a budget, I promise this course is gonna help you. And just know, I don't go half in on anything. I'm all in. I want to help. It's gonna be so amazing. I cannot wait to work with you. Go to ordinarytobadass.com/Badass Money School to sign up today. And now to the episode. Okay, the first thing I want to know is, are you asking questions? Most of us are not asking questions. If I told you that asking questions was the way to get answers, would you believe me? I mean, that sounds simple, but a lot of us aren't asking the questions to get the answers that we want. I know that in theory it sounds good to ask questions. And if you have kids, you probably tell them, ask questions. No question is too stupid. Don't feel dumb. But then, when it comes to you asking questions, are you treating it the same way? Or are you backing off because you feel too stupid to ask that question? It's almost like, as an adult, you think you have to be the expert. Like you have to know it all. And if you ask a question or don't understand something, then you feel stupid. But I think that couldn't be further from the truth. And if I can press anything upon you today, it's to ask questions in life and with your money, because it's so stinking important. If you've never been taught something or just don't understand something, how are you expected to know? Maybe in the past, somebody taught you in a way that you just didn't understand. It's that simple. A few short years ago, that was me. I rarely ask questions because I took it personal. I just internalized it and was like, I'm not getting this. I'm too stupid. It must be me. And I put all the pressure on my shoulders as opposed to just asking the question that I wanted to. And really, who cares if somebody's teaching it bad or you're not understanding it? Who cares whose fault it is? Just ask the question and learn. Don't take it for granted that the answer will always be there or the information that's being given to you. Just ask questions. Ask questions as the question pops into your mind, or, okay, maybe we want to be courteous and give somebody a pause or wait till it's the appropriate time, but ask the question. Also, who cares if the answer you get back is no? Or you ask a question and somebody doesn't explain it very well and doesn't respond to you very well. Who cares? Sometimes that terrifies us, or it terrifies us to look stupid. Look stupid. That's okay. I've looked stupid plenty of times, but I would rather look stupid, maybe even feel a little stupid sometimes, and understand something than to just let it go. Most of us aren't asking questions with our life or with our money, and that's leaving you with a lack of clarity. So ask yourself questions about why you are where you are with money. What are your beliefs about money? What did you grow up learning about money? Maybe something wasn't said to you, but you just learned it or believed it from what you saw and heard. What's holding you back from paying off debt? What's holding you back from saving money? And then, once you're done asking questions of yourself, ask questions of your family, particularly your spouse, if you have one. Ask your spouse these same questions. Sometimes we don't even realize the money beliefs that our significant others or spouses have, and it can be a game changer. If you find out that your spouse is terrified of losing their house because that's what their parents had happened to them, or maybe they lost their house as a kid and they don't want that to happen to you, or to the two of you. So they're always going to want to have money in the bank because they don't want that to happen. Even if it was 20, 30, 40 years ago, it still could be something that hangs on with them. So it's important not just to ask yourself questions, ask your spouse questions, and then ask your mentor questions. Ask people who have gone before you questions. Consume their content and ask questions. The one time you don't need to ask questions is with somebody who doesn't have experience. If they're not an expert in the field, don't even ask them about it. But I believe asking questions about your money, about your finances, is going to help you get to the root of the problem. That's the only way you're going to find answers. Another thing that people aren't doing is they're not focusing on the benefits of their goal. They are focusing on what sucks, not what makes them successful. So when you set out for a new money goal, then focus on the benefits of it. What's good? Don't sit there and focus on all of the sucky parts, all the dreadful parts, the parts you don't want to do, what makes you so miserable. Don't focus on that. Think, what's the positive outcome that you want? And imagine yourself getting there. So anytime it gets hard, then focus on the benefit. Focus on the good thing. So when you're trying to get out of debt, focus on the dream vacation that you want to go on. Focus on paying off your kids' college, or what it's going to allow you to do with the money, who it's going to allow you to help. Whatever your end goal is, if you had money, focus on that. That's why you're going to do it, because you're going to have something epic at the end of that rainbow. But if you sit there and focus on the drudgery and the negativity and the horribleness, it's not going to help you hit that goal. It's not. But so many of us do this. I'm not saying I don't do it. I've done it before. When if I need to lose weight, or that's a good example. Say I need to lose weight. Then I can focus on, oh, I'm not going to be able to have the food I want. It's going to be so boring. It's going to be so lame. When has negativity ever motivated you? I don't know about you, but it has never motivated me. It hasn't. So focus on the benefit. Focus on the positive thing that you want from saving money and dwell on that. Okay, I just happened to hit my microphone after that on accident, and it sounded a little bit like a mic drop. All right, on to the next point. The next thing that you're not doing is you're not focusing on one thing. The acronym for focus is follow one course until success. When it comes to paying off debt, I say it's follow one card until success. Or follow one debt until success, but that would be FOTUS. It doesn't quite make as much sense. It sounds a little bit more stupid. So focus. Follow one card until success. Pay off one credit card at a time. Pay off one big debt at a time. Don't overpay on all your bills. That's what I used to do. So I'm not blaming you. But if you pay $10 over, $20 over, $100 over on every single card you have, you're splitting the difference. If you want to see massive results, then focus on one card or one debt at a time. It's like we want to do all the things. Like we want to be successful with all of our cards, with all of our debts, or have our hand in everything. Just pick one thing and go all in. Guys, this is like the best principle ever, and I still have to remind myself of it constantly in every area of my life, but it's so important. When you split your attention, it's so hard to have any success at anything. So focus on one card, focus on one debt, and make it happen. I promise you, you're going to see so much more success sticking with one debt than splitting your attention amongst several of them. I tried it for many years. That's part of what got me to $106,000 in debt. All right, I think we hit that point home enough. Another thing you're not doing is you're not dreaming of what's possible. You're not imagining all of the possibilities that are out there for you. Just because your parents had debt, just because your parents were in a bad financial situation, does not mean you have to be. Now, I used to believe that. I used to believe that my parents' financial situation was my financial situation. Here's the thing. Our incomes were not at all alike. So you have to reevaluate. You have to say, hey, maybe what I know, they didn't know. Or maybe there's new information out there. Maybe I'm making more money than they are. Or they make more money than you are. Like, there's all sorts of different situations, but you have to reevaluate for yourself. Don't just assume that what you grew up with is how it has to be for you. That's what I'm saying. And then take time. Take time, I would like to say every single day, to imagine your financial success. Imagine your financial future, but like, as we talked about earlier, the benefits of it. And like sit there and daydream about it. Geek out about it. Like get excited about it. People aren't doing this enough. If you're not visualizing the positive things, the exciting things that can come up from this, then how's it ever going to happen? So I want you to get excited about your future. I want you to start dreaming, start visualizing about it. You can make it happen. And sometimes just your visualization excites you into motion. Because all too often, people set a goal like, I'm going to pay off $100,000 in debt. And then they forget about it. Or it doesn't happen in a day. So they feel like they let themselves down and don't think about it anymore. So my challenge to you is not to forget about it, to put it on the top of your mind. So have a goal, have a visualization practice, and make it happen. Keep visualizing your success with finances. It's going to happen. The last issue that people have that's getting in their way is they have the Oompa Loompa disease or Oompa Loompa symptom. Do you know what that is? Ever seen Willy Wonka? Like the little girl, I want the Oompa Loompa now, Dottie. That really was not a good impression, but we're going to go with it. We're going to act like it was great. Okay. So you want it, and you want it now. I get it. I've been that way. So I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, how about a gratitude practice? How about being grateful for what you have? Now, I can tell you, when I was separated, like before my divorce was final, I didn't have most of my belongings. I had nothing in my apartment, like bare minimum anything. And then I didn't want to buy anything because I knew I was getting some of that back from my divorce. Guess what? That was like the most amazing time ever. I know that might be hard to believe, but seriously, having nothing made me feel free. It made me feel light. I don't even know how to explain it. But there's something to be said about not having a lot of clutter, not having a lot of stuff. And at that time, I wasn't buying a lot of stuff. So sometimes we just want more. We want more. We keep spending, trying to get everything because we want it now and we don't want to wait. But if you want to be successful with your finances, you have to learn how to hold off on some of your urges. Not buy everything the second that you want to buy it. Take some time. Maybe you wait a week. Maybe you wait a month. Some people wait a day. Just because you want it right this second doesn't mean that you need it. And it also doesn't mean that you'll want it tomorrow. So get rid of the Oompa Loompa disease and just take a second before you buy things and just wait and see. You don't always need it right that second. Believe me. Ladies, I've told you this story before, but I'm gonna share it again. The dog on the tack. So one time, John went walking through his neighborhood and he saw this sweet old dog just howling, crying out. Arr, arr. That's my dog impression. And the dog sounded miserable. He was worried about the dog. Thought it was odd, but the owner was sitting out there, so he let it be. Then the next day, he walks by that same house, and the dog was like, arr, arr. So he decided to ask the owner, like after several days of walking past this house, hearing the dog moaning in pain, and the owner was just sitting on the porch doing nothing about it. So he asked the owner, he's like, hey, what's up with your dog's Spot? Why is he crying like that? And why aren't you helping him? Then the owner was like, oh, Spot just sits on the same tack every day. He sits in the same spot on the same tack and refuses to do anything different. So I ask you, are you sitting on the same spot on the same tack every single day? Going through the same pain every single day? You can get up, you can get off that tack and make a difference and make a change in your life, but you're choosing not to? Now is the time to make a change, friend. Whether it's with your finances or with your job, in your life, if you are sitting on a tack and you are miserable, there is something else out there for you. Don't stay with the pain just because you're so scared of change. Get off the frickin' tack. And I say that story because I know that was so impactful to me. Because back in the day when I was bitching and moaning, in my head probably, but about my situation, I was the one on the tack. Right? So once I heard that story, I always thought of myself. Like whenever I wasn't happy, I would think, are you just going to be the dog on the tack? And that's what I want you to think of. Are you just going to be the dog on the tack, or are you going to make a change? Make something happen. All right. Quick recap. People that aren't being successful with their money are focusing on the suck, not focusing on what makes them successful or focusing on the benefit. They're splitting their attention. They're not following one card until success or following one debt until success. They're also not dreaming. They're forgetting to dream about what's possible. And lastly, they have Oompa Loompa disease. And they just want something and they want it now, and they're not just waiting and being grateful for what it is that they want. So those are the 4 things. Do any of those resonate with you? All right. That's it for today. Let me talk really quick about Badass Money School. I would love for you to be able to be debt-free and, live the life of your dreams. Be able to travel if you want to. Be able to pay for your kids' college. Be able to go to the Bahamas, like on your dream vacation or wherever that vacation might be. Maybe Bali, something like that. That would be cool. I want to help you. I would love, love, love to work with you. So I'm launching Badass Money School today. It's going to be so freaking awesome. And I would love for you to be a part of it. I am going to be so hands-on and help you out. Make sure that you get through this. So I would love for you to join me. Also, this is the first launch of Badass Money School. And it's only going to get better from here. And if you're joining now, you're going to get access to the program as it is tweaked and updated. I'm going to look for your feedback and then use that to better the program. So I would love for you to join me. Head on over to ordinarytobadass.com/Badass Money School and join today. So let me break down the course for you a little bit. So you will have the regular course, which will have videos and worksheets about budgeting and saving money and different tips and tricks that you can do to help you and push you along. It teaches you the whole process of the color-coded budget, helps you to get out of debt and save money. And then there's the bonuses, which are pretty epic. If you join today or tomorrow, so this will be September 21st or 22nd, then you will get a fast action bonus, which is a one-on-one coaching call with me, and a meditation and visualization. So it'll be like a guided meditation and visualization for being a badass with your money. And work together sessions. There's a Badass Money School Facebook group, but there will also be a session where you can work with other people that are in the course, or we're going to be doing the work together. So we can get on a Zoom call and it's kind of like an accountability thing, and we will all do the process together. So as you come up with questions, then you can ask in the group. I'm super excited to work with you. Even if you don't join, I want you to have success with this. Send me any questions on Instagram, DM me at ordinarytobadass and ask me your questions. I want to know. I want to help you. And then if you want to sign up for the course, ordinarytobadass.com/Badass Money School. All right. Back to the usual episodes next week.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future Spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.